What's up, guys? It is your friends Seahawks fan back with another video, and today is my Week 10 NFL recap. Thursday sucked. Let's just get into it. Like I advertised, I did not watch one snap of this game. I had so much other stuff to do, like avoiding this game. So, Bryce Young looked like he's just struggling still. The running game was absolutely useless. Miles Sanders is back to being just trash. I mean, he's been trash all year, but he's really bad. Their leading receiver was Mike Strachan with one catch. Thielen had a decent game, and then there's really nothing after that. Emmitt Smith Marset recovered his own fumble. Frankie Louvu, Derek Brown, 10 plus tackles apiece. Also, this guy got the only touchdown for the Panthers, a 79-yard return. And Pinero was 7 points, 6 punts. And then for the Bears, Bagent, he's doing just enough to get the job done. Foreman's carrying this offense with the Bears' only touchdown. DJ Moore had a good game. Kmet had a good game. Nothing really after that. No fumbles. TJ Edwards with 12 tackles. No interceptions. 10 points for their kicker. 6 punts. And Bryce Young was sacked 3 times. Bagent was sacked 0 times. And now for the Germany game, which I only watched the last drive pretty much. So let's start with Gardner Minshew. Besides that, really great third down to Josh Downs at the end of the game, I didn't think he did the best, and I think that interception was a tipped interception. So, Jonathan Taylor had a very productive day, getting the only touchdown of the day for any team. Michael Pittman did his thing. Josh Downs had a great 28-yard catch. No fumbles. Zaire Franklin with 15 tackles, and they sacked Jones 5 times. Rodney Thomas and Julian Blackman with interceptions. Matt Gay with 4 points and 5 punts for Sanchez. Mac Jones had one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. It was in the red zone. I think it was actually just playing right there. And then they benched Mac Jones for Bailey Zappi in the 2-minute drill. And they lost the game on a fake spike. But what? First of all, who does a fake spike anymore? Second of all, why are you putting in Bailey Zappi in the 2-minute drill when he doesn't practice that during team practices? I think Bill Belichick is done after this year. He is done. Stevenson had a productive day. Demario Douglas is continuing to just be, as productive as he can. It's not enough to get the job done, though, but he's helping his team as much as he can. Hunter Henry fumbled, and Andrews picked it up. Davon Godchow with 8 tackles. Miles Bryant with an interception and no sacks, with Ryland getting 6 points and Behringer having 4 punts. Alright, the every game besides Sunday night have just ended. My voice is kind of gone because Seahawks game. So let's start with the MVP against the Bengals. CJ Stroud is the NFL MVP right now. I will argue that with anyone. He is playing so good. 2 total touchdowns. 356 yards passing. I mean, gosh. Singletary had an amazing game. Noah Brown had an amazing game. Tank Dell had a great game. Dalton Schultz had a great game. I don't know why I skipped over him. Stroud did lose 2 fumbles, which that hurts. Thomas with 8 tackles. I'm not even going to try to say that name. DeAndre Houston, Carson, and Shaquille Griffin with interceptions. Matt Amendola with 12 points and 4 punts. And Stroud was sacked 1 time. Joe Burrow, besides the 2 interceptions, I'd say he had a fairly decent game. Mixon, he had a touchdown, not as many yards as I thought. Burrow even got into the rushing a little bit. Jamar Chase, great game. Tyler Boyd, great game. Irwin got a touchdown. They probably could have won if they had T. Higgins, but honestly, I don't even know. Burrow fumbled. Reeder, Hilton, Brown Jr. all picked up fumbles. Taylor Britt and Jermaine Pratt, 9 tackles. Britt also had an interception. And McPherson with 9 points, 5 punts, and Burrow was sacked 4 times. Yikes. This one is next. Nope, press that. Okay. Jordan Love, just like Burrow, besides the 2 interceptions and the 19 incompletions, I'd say he had a fairly good game. A.J. Dillon kind of had a good game. Aaron Jones, don't know why I started him in fantasy. Jalen Reed, touchdown. Dobbs, touchdown. Musgrave almost had a touchdown. Reed fumbled but picked it back up, and Jones recovered a fumble, and Dontavion Wicks fumbled. 10 plus tackles for McDuffie and Ford, or just not 10 plus, just 10. No interceptions. 7 points for Carlson, 4 punts, and 1 sack only on Love. Kenny Pickett did not play good. Running game, on the other hand, oh my goodness, explosive. I saw Najee's touchdown. I think I saw Warren's touchdown, but my goodness. Keep this up, Steelers rushing game. Pickens, maybe he'll stop having his little biatch fit. Yeah, no receiving touchdowns. TJ Watt, 8 tackles. Same with Neal and Roberts. TJ Watt also had a sack, and that was the only sack. Pickett was sacked 1 time as well. A lot of ones. Neal and KZ with interceptions. Boswell with 11 points, and Harvin with 5 punts. Alright. Got this game horrifically wrong. My stomach is rumbling. Will Levis was not good today. Yeah. Derek, just this rushing game was awful. Just nothing on the Titans was working. Phillips with 61 yards. Spears, actually, he's becoming more and more productive, it looks like, especially in the receiving game. Hopkins didn't do anything. Harold Landry with 9 tackles, 1 pick for McWeary. Nick Folk, 6 points. Stonehouse, 4 punts, 4 sacks on Levis. Mayfield had a good game outside the pick. He was sacked 3 times. Rashad White had a not a good carry to yards ratio. He did have a touchdown though. Mike Evans had a great game outside of that wide open drop. Mayfield fumbled. Wirfs recovered. 6 tackles for Winfield Jr. plus an interception. 8 points for McLaughlin and 5 punts for, I didn't even read their punter's name. This game had game of the week potential, but another game overtook that. We'll get to that. Besides the pick 6 on the 3rd play of the game, Deshaun, as much as I don't like him, he had a pretty good day. He did get injured twice, I think, though, so that's a little concerning. Anyways, Jerome Ford, great day. Didn't score, though, sadly. Kareem Hunt had a touchdown. Watson's doing a little more rushing. That's nice, I guess. Cooper with a good day. Same with Njoku. Elijah Moore, I think his first touchdown as a Brown. Prochet lost a fumble. There was that punt return in the 4th quarter. Watson fumbled. Wyatt Teller picked one up. Emerson Jr. with 8 tackles. Newsome, pick 6. Mike Ford, pick. Hopkins, 13 points and only 2 punts. While Watson got sacked 4 times. Lamar Jackson, he did not have a good game. The interceptions were bad. Not the most passing. Just didn't have a good day. Rushing, though, Keaton Mitchell, Gus Edwards had touchdowns. Zay Flowers finally getting a lot more involved. 5 catches. Odell had a 40-yard touchdown. 2 straight games with a touchdown. Duvernay lost a fumble. Roquan Smith, 21 tackles. Are you joking? 3 sacks from the Browns defense. Kyle Hamilton with a pick 6 on the 3rd play of the game. Tucker 7 points. And Stout with 3 punts. This one's next. Literally not a lot to go over. The Niners just, they got their get back. Brock Purdy, great game. 3 touchdowns. McCaffrey, his 17-game streak ended of scoring a touchdown in every game since joining the Niners. I think he broke an NFL record, but that streak came to an end. Deebo Samuel got a rushing touchdown, though. George Kittle, 3 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk with a touchdown as well, and same with Kyle Juszczyk. Nick Bosa and Ambry Thomas picked up a fumble. Greenlaw and Hufanga, 8 tackles. And the team had 5 sacks. Fred Warner and Hufanga got interceptions. Moody, 10 points. Wisnowski, 3 punts. Alright, Lawrence had a abysmal game. I mean, he didn't really have a lot of time to throw, but, he was just not good today. Just rushing, couldn't get anything going. Christian Kirk, about the only productive thing about the Jags. Oops. Nope, don't do that. I don't want that. Yeah, they can't get anything going with Calvin Ridley. Kirk and Lawrence fumbled and lost it. Devin Lloyd with 10 tackles, 2 sacks for their defense, no interceptions. McManus with their only point of the day and 5 punts for Logan Cook. Okay. This was a great game, actually, I'm not going to lie. So, Derek Carr got injured. Jameis Winston came in, threw 2 touchdowns, but also interceptions. He's an interception merchant. Kamara couldn't really get anything going. 3 sacks on the Saints. Chris Olave got a touchdown. A.T. Perry got a touchdown. Kamara had 7 catches. I'm assuming some of those were probably screens or just flat dump-offs. Carr fumbled. Ruiz picked it up. Adebo and Davis with 9 tackles. 1 sack for their defense. No interceptions. 3 points for Gruppy and Headley with 6 punts. Joshua Dobbs. He's just him. There's no other way to go around that. He is him. Great day through the air. Only 1 touchdown, though. Ty Chandler, the rusher, with a touchdown. Dobbs with a touchdown on the ground. Hawkinson with a great game. Think he got injured, though. Don't know what happened. Addison had he had a good day. Powell, a little productive. No fumbles. Hicks and Metellus with 7 tackles. Murphy and Blackman with interceptions. And Joseph with 9 points. Wright with 6 punts. Alright. Kyler Murray's return. We'll get to that. Just what was this passing? 70 total passing yards and 1 touchdown. Way to go, Heineke. Made me look stupid. Whatever. Bijan Robinson actually got the football today. They still couldn't win, though. But look, Arthur Smith. Just use him more. Just don't be like this for 1 game and the next game give him 5 total touches. That is ridiculous. Ritter also got a touchdown. London, Pitts, 3 catches. Only receiving touchdown was from Scott Miller. Okay. No fumbles. Ellis, Bates, 10 plus tackles apiece. 2 sacks for their defense. Landman with an interception. They put Bijan Robinson at a punt return, I guess. Okay. Koo with 5 points, 4 punts for Pinion. And here we go. Kyler Murray's return. Spit on my computer screen. He was electric. Besides the interception, he really helped his team win today, especially that last play to get them into the field goal range. Just, my goodness. And there's them doing the tush push for a touchdown, which was his rushing touchdown. James Conner was also back, had a fairly productive day. And then there's Trey McBride. Great day. Moore getting involved. Michael Wilson had some catches. Marquise Brown, I think he's fizzling out of Arizona slowly. No fumbles, and then Baker and White with 10 plus tackles apiece. 3 sacks for their defense. No interceptions. Prater, 13 points, including the game-winning field goal, and Gillikin with 3 punts. Now, the game of the week, maybe game of the year, as of now, honestly. Back and forth, no defense, just an all-around great football game. If you love offense, you loved watching this football game. Jared Goff, great, 2 touchdowns, 300 plus yards. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, absolutely electric. Jahmyr Gibbs is finally getting that football a lot more, even when Montgomery is playing. I almost said A.J. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown went off, and nothing really else after that. No fumbles, and then Anzalone with 9 tackles, their defense with no sacks. Kirby Joseph with an interception, and then Patterson 11 points, including a game winner. And Fox with only 1 punt. All right, 4 touchdowns for Justin Herbert, 300 plus yards, amazing. Austin Eckler, a great game on the ground. And then Keenan Allen, 40 points for me on fantasy. Still didn't win this week. I'm having a rough year. Guyton, touchdown. Quentin Johnston got his first NFL touchdown. Great. Eckler getting some catches. No fumbles. 13 tackles for Derwin James, and also no sacks. Dicker with 8 points. Scott with only 2 punts. All right. And now this, Tommy DeVito, his first NFL start. 2 touchdowns, but didn't really get a lot of yards. Just didn't really have anything going. At one point, Saquon Barkley had 7 carries for 1 yard and then finally picked it up. DeVito did some scrambling as well. Lawrence Cager got their only receiving touch. Nope, they got 2. Sterling Shepard and Cager got touchdowns. Just really nothing was going for them. McKinney and Okereke, 10 plus tackles. Didn't get to Dak 1 time. Flott and Holmes, though, got interceptions. And Bullock, 5 points. And then Guyton, 7 punts. Voice crack. Dak Prescott, besides the interception, which people are going to rip on him for, even though he had a great game, they're like, oh, he sucks, he had an interception. He had this before the 4th quarter. Yeah. Insane. Rico Dowdle, the leading rusher. Tony Pollard trying to do something, I guess. Lamb with a 14-yard rushing touchdown. Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Ferguson, touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks went freaking off, man. Oh my god. No fumbles. Bland and Clark with 4 tackles. But they got 5 sacks as a defense. Bland with an interception. Aubrey with 6 points. Anger with 2 punts. Talk about a heart attack. Oh my god. Sam Howell, he actually had an amazing day. Yeah. Rushing, they couldn't get a lot going, but their leading receivers were running backs. We could not tackle a running back to, like, on a receiving aspect to save our lives. And then De'Ami Brown got that touchdown with like 20 seconds left. Or more like 50, I think. I'm not sure. But like, this was just an up and down game. It was a nightmare. Howell got stripped by Witherspoon and it was picked up by Woolen. Curl and Davis, 10 plus tackles apiece. 1 sack on Geno. And where is he? I guess he's not on here. Forbes got ejected early, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. Sly with 8 points, 5 punts for Tress Way. Geno Smith outside of the fourth quarter, he just was not. Don't rip on him, don't rip on him. Geno was great today in the fourth quarter. I'll say that. Kenneth Walker is getting a lot more carries than he has lately. There's his dump-off touchdown right there. Let's watch it, if you can see it. I'm not sure. Charbonnet is being used a lot more, which I love. DK, great game. Lockett, great game. Walker, great game. And Jigba, great game. Woolen recovered a fumble. Bobby Wagner, 10 tackles. No interceptions. Myers, 17 points, including the game-winning field goal. I don't know how many times I've said that, but I've said it a lot. And Michael Dixon with 4 punts. Alright, Sunday Night Football just ended, and the fourth quarter was like the only good part about this game. Zach Wilson, he did what he could tonight. He didn't have a lot of time because Max Crosby was in his face. He was the leading rusher as well, 4 for 54. Breece Hall was useless. Dalvin Cook, probably his best game as a Jet, honestly. Garrett Wilson, he had like 7 of his 9 catches in like the first quarter, I think. Conklin was very productive. And outside of that, really nothing. Zach Wilson fumbled. Ashton Davis and Mekhi Becton picked up fumbles. C.J. Mosley with 14 tackles and threw his helmet on the sideline, I guess. I don't know what that was about. Defense got 3 sacks, and Jordan Whitehead got an interception. Zero line with all 12 of the points, and 5 punts for Stead. Sorry. And now for the Raiders. O'Connell, minus the interception, he did enough to get the job done. He threw the only touchdown of the game to Michael Mayer, and that was his first career touchdown. Josh Jacobs was on fire, just could not get a touchdown. And then nothing else for rushing. Devontae Adams, both players wearing number 17 today, had good games. Use them more, Jets and Raiders. Mayer got the only touchdown of the game. Josh Jacobs had 2 fumbles, only lost one of them. O'Connell fumbled and picked one up. Robert Spillane, and my favorite name of all time, Divine Diablo, with 7 tackles. Robert Spillane got technically the game-winning interception, but not really, I say. I don't know. Carlson with 10 points and Cole with 5 punts. Just like the last 5 minutes of this game was insane. The Jets were driving. Spillane got an interception. They ran the ball 2 times. Jets used 2 timeouts. And then they tried passing it, which it was almost the Raiders tried passing on the 3rd down. It was almost picked off by Jermaine Johnson. And it kept a timeout for the Jets. So Zach Wilson got them down to, I think, a little across midfield. Last play, he was panicking so hard because he had to run away from Crosby and someone else, I think. Just chucked it to the end zone. And they almost got a walk-off touchdown. That would have been insane. But They sadly didn't. And also, the Raiders are 2-0 since Josh Jacobs was fired. Yeah, he was the problem. It is so clear he was always the problem. Alright, Monday night just ended, and that was a crazy one. And yes, I watched a Monday night game this year. Crazy, I know. Let's start off with the winning Denver Broncos. I'm happy for them, honestly. Russell Wilson showed glimpse of Seattle Russ, and that is what Bronco fans and the Broncos organization wants and needs. He had a great game. That touchdown to Courtland Sutton. That was like 2019 Week 5 against the Rams on primetime. Wilson to lock it in the back of the end zone. That is literally what it was like. And that is the first thing I thought of instantly after that happened. Javonte Williams had a very productive game on the ground. And also had a receiving touchdown. Yep, right here. Russell had a good rushing game as well. He did get sacked 4 times, though. Speaking of Sutton, yeah, that he had a great game. Just had a few bad drops. But don't really matter much when you win, I guess. Perine getting involved in the receiving game. Jerry Jeudy, not so much. I don't know what's going on. But that PI on or against him at the end of the game was, yeah, it was PI. I'm not gonna justify saying it's not. It was PI. Sutton lost a fumble. Singleton and McMillan picked up fumbles. Singleton also the leading tackler with 11 tackles. And Moreau and Simmons with interceptions. Will Lutz had 12 points, but some of his kicks were just like the first one barely skid through. At the end of the game when it was off or 12 men on the field, missed that one, and like besides the game-winning kick, the ones he made just barely made it through. And the one he missed was a fumbled snap, so I don't think that should count. And Dixon with only 5 punts. As for the losing team, Josh Allen is not good this year. The Bills are just absolutely trash this year. Like, I don't know what to think about them anymore. James Cook, besides the fumbles, he was actually doing pretty good, but his fumbling issue needs to be studied. Latavius Murray, at the age of like 33, still being as productive as he could be, and Josh Allen also had a rushing touchdown. Gabe Davis was the leading guy with only 2 catches, but 56 yards. Kincaid with a touchdown, another touchdown for him. He's having a great rookie year when he's actually getting involved. And I think Dawson Knox is on his way out, honestly. I think this is the future tight end for the Bills. Stephon Diggs could not get like anything going today. James Cook, 2 fumbles, lost one, got one back, and then ran an extra like 20 yards. That would have been funny if he scored a touchdown on that. Allen lost a fumble, and Rasul Douglas picked one up. Bernard with 13 tackles, and their defense also got, or no, not also, they got 4 sacks. Broncos got no sacks. No interceptions. Tyler Bass with 2 points and Sam Martin with 3 punts. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss an upload. I will see you in the next video. Go Hawks!